Welcome to Oops All Segments, the very best podcast hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I am Kevin.
I'm Thomas, and today we're here with comedian friend Tim Sullivan. Welcome, Tim.
Hi. I'm always hesitant to say comedian. I don't know. It feels like comedian is reserved for stand-up.
Yeah.
Where
I felt hesitant saying it.
I do make comedy content.
No, yeah.
But I don't know.
It's always disappointing when you tell someone you're a comedian and you're not a stand-up. I run into this all the time.
When I met you, you described yourself as an Imagineer.
Yes. I was going to say I prefer artist. But I can't use Imagineer anymore because Disney has sent cease and desists.
Oh, snap. Absolutely.
Yeah,
because I remember they were upset because you hacked into Disney Plus to add back the butt scene in the mermaid movie.
Yes. Famously, that Tom Hanks mermaid movie, I was like...
Feminist alert!
I was like, it's Daryl Hannah, right? I believe it's Daryl Hannah. I was like, we as a nation need to see Daryl Hannah's butt.
It has to happen. Yeah.
At Disney Plus.
Hannah's Heine.
Yeah. Although Disney Plus just doesn't give a fuck anymore.
That's what the plus is for. The plus is for not giving a shit.
They got Hulu on there and
Yeah. It's probably different down there in the States. It's relatively neutered over here in Canada. But
Did you know this? Kevin, I steal your Disney Plus. Thank you for that. I never use it, but once in a while I'll watch The Simpsons on it.
Sure.
And I used to steal my mom's Netflix, and recently Netflix has created a very geographically specific thing where they can detect if it's used in a second household just based on address alone. So I can't use Netflix anymore. Yep. So pretty soon I'm going to have to pay for my own damn shows.
What you got to do is you got to get a VPN, but then set your VPN to just be your parents'
my
place.
Parents need to set up a
VPN
server.
Yeah.
Walk your mom through that one on the phone.
Yeah. I can't even fucking figure it out. I have something called VPN Unlimited, which as far as I can tell is not a real program. It's doesn't
malware,
do jack
I think.
Shit.
It's It
was like, because every other VPN is more expensive than the subscription services you're using it to get access to.
No, that is true. Yeah, that is true. It's another subscription model that's villainous. Tim, is there anything new in your life going on that you need to let folks know about?
I've been just kind of keeping the steady path, but recently,
shut up.
Wait, tell us more about that.
Keeping the steady path, staying on the righteous path of God and country.
You're something of an anti.
Sorry.
Yeah, you sort of have been going around murdering gas station attendants
with a fucking cow,
a cattle like air compressor.
Yeah, you call yourself the living manifestation of justice.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead though.
No, but the most interesting thing I guess recently was I had an Instagram post go semi-viral.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. We're looking at 30,000 views, guys.
Let's talk about it.
Calm down.
We are looking for tips. How do we get that numbers
you just need to bait.
Shit?
You need to bait people.
Master or?
Either. Actually, either. Or both. You need to bait them into hard agreeing or getting angry at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what was the controversial topic that you really pushed for? Yeah.
It's basically just modern punk discourse. And it was very... Because if you look at any punk post on Instagram, it's always Rage Against the Machine or someone who's very specifically political. Mm-hmm. And then the top comment will be just some white dude being I liked them before they were political. My dude, they have always been political.
Yeah, right. Rage Against the Machine used to be kind of a centrist group.
Yeah, and that was basically the post. It was me doing
fuck
TikTok
you,
style.
I might do what you tell me. Fuck
you, I want to hear the best option.
I think we should consider both sides.
Fuck you, I want bipartisan solutions.
So it was basically that, and then it was just, I was like in the comments, be sure to debate what is and isn't punk, because that's
Ooh, that's a good bait. That's good
200 comments at this point.
Right.
Some wild takes in there too.
Sure.
Are you a big punk music fan, like modern punk? Because I really only know like the Clash,
You like pop punk?
old
Oh no,
British
the Clash. I didn't. Yeah.
British
it's like,
punk bands.
I don't know. Something that's kind of happened with modern music, which I think is cool, is there'd be a lot of like subcultures and subgenres that were very like location specific back in the day. So I think that's how you got a lot of the punk sound.
Right.
But now, since the internet, like everyone has access to everything, so genres have kind of like meshed.
Right.
But I think I usually just say punk just because it's easier to classify. But I have a very
I think the larger the genre umbrella, the more understandable it is for like the average person, right? Yeah, if you were like, I'm into like mostly like punk that was like that came up on the east of London, but like eventually that sounds sort of like neo wave punk, you know, it's like I don't know what that is.
Unless like I could just tell people my Spotify rap genre, which is like bubble grunge, skateboard, mall guy.
Right. Right.
Yeah, all right.
That is sort of what it's seeking
you just listen
to become, right?
The Kevin Smith soundtracks, basically.
Yeah, what exclusively mall rats.
Just Dogma. Yeah.
Chasing Amy only.
I'm chasing Amy Winehouse, that is. She's got some great tunes.
Amy Winehouse.
Now, and do you think, Tim, and just say this on the record,
Scary.
has music got woke?
Oh, you know what? I think it has. I think it has. How many songs do you listen to now that like use pronouns? You know?
It used to be I had no idea who they were talking about in a song.
Yeah.
I want the subjects of my songs to be named by first and last name.
I'm pretty sure Jolene didn't have any pronouns.
Yeah.
We just assumed.
Yeah. Right. I was trying to think of any song that had the word he or she in the title, and I've come up short.
Let me tell you, Eric Clapton, it was Layla, not she, her, all right? It was specifically Layla.
Right.
That was Eric Clapton, right?
Thank you.
And it was I am Iron Man, not he is Iron Man, or she is Iron Man, or God forbid they are Iron Man.
It used to be so much better.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. Thomas, is there any sort of
nowadays it would be my mix American pie. You would put an X after the M. We wouldn't know which.
Yeah, and if I wanted to watch a television show that I could masturbate to through the static, it would have to be Latinx Lover now.
That one got me. Yeah. The Democrats' entire strategy going forward is just changing the Latinx thing. They're like, I think that was the entire reason we lost.
We went too far, okay? Yeah. You got us.
People weren't ready for X the way they thought.
Yeah.
They thought that that's what Elon Musk was all about.
Yeah, for a guy who hates pronouns, changed it to X. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
What is going on with me? That's a good question. I just finished Resident Evil 8.
Oh shit.
Never played that before. It's kind of a middling Resident. I love the Resident Evil games. Do you ever play Resident Evil, Tim?
I have played 4.
Best in the series. I think is 4.
4 was my intro, really.
What's the one that's like a crazy action movie?
6 is the most over the top. That's the co-op one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but 4 is pretty action heavy. That's when it sort of pivoted into more like your character has now gone through special training so he can roundhouse kick zombies.
Yeah, just Eastern European like villagers just roundhouse kicked.
Yeah,
awesome. And like suplexed. But yeah, I played like 1 and 2 way back when on like PS1. Then I played 4, 5, and then the remake of 2. Yeah.
Oh, so you played the originals with the tank controls on PS1? Because I played the Resident Evil 1 remake and Resident Evil 2 remake, which are pretty different, but I loved them. I'm curious how they were back in the PS1 era.
Well, I mean, I was like pretty young, so I would like kind of either just watch or like play a little bit, but like the camera was just like unbearable.
They did this pretty cool thing, I think, in Resident Evil 1, the remake, which was for GameCube, where the graphics are incredible because they're using the static camera angles, which is super disorienting. But it means that they can like pre-render these beautiful environments for you to walk around. And for like a GameCube game, it looks incredible. And it's really tense, I think, because you go into a room running away from a zombie and it's like hard to get your bearings. So you're constantly like readjusting. You feel very helpless and overwhelmed. So I like that a lot. The new games do this first person thing, which is fine. But the main character is the weirdest protagonist maybe in the history of art, I think.
Which one is this?
So his name is Ethan Winters. They never show his face for some reason. Because he's first person, and then it's sort of they commit to it. So even
in cinematics, it's all first person too.
It's all first person.
So like when he goes into a bathroom, is it just like a Post-it note that says "You are beautiful" instead of a mirror?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's a vampire.
I need to see myself. This is bullshit.
Someone has always snuck in, steamed up the mirror, and written an affirmation there, so you can't see yourself. But I don't know. For some reason, they like do this, and there are times in the DLC apparently you play as like someone else, and they still film it in very creative ways. So like Ethan's head is always lowered or hanging. Or this isn't the weird part. It's just a quirk. But the really weird thing is the actor is not amazing, and he basically it's like Ash in Evil Dead. Like that Bruce Campbell thing where they just beat the shit out of this guy in the games. Like every game he gets mutilated, his fingers are chopped off, his hand gets sliced off, and he has this like, you learn, spoilers, but that he has some regenerating powers, which you kind of assume because he survives all this stuff. Yeah. There's a scene where you're pulling a lever and then a blade just slices your hand off mid-pull. It falls back. You have to go get your hand. He holds it on, pours the medicine, and then not only does the hand heal, but his sleeve also reattaches. What medicine is this that sews up a jacket?
We're in a world where a zombie virus is taken over, but we can somehow like microorganism back a t-shirt.
It's insane. And in the opening scene of the game, his wife is shot to death by special agents. And his reactions are so muted. He's just like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" It's just like,
oh, bro.
And the whole game, they like won't tell him why. And then at the end, he's like, "We really should have told Ethan why that happened." It's like, yeah, you fucking should have.
The fuck?
It's wild. Just bizarre. He's so strange and has no personality and gets the shit beaten out of him all the time. I kind of love him, but it takes some of the soul.
It feels
out of
like
the
a VR game without it being VR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they definitely, and you can even play them in third person now. They updated that as a new mode.
Right, but you can't turn the camera around to see Ethan Winters' face.
You can see the corner of his face when he's kind of flipping around, but not the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like that.
And you're collecting your daughter in 4 like rectangular prisms. Like there's
pardon me?
Wait. Yeah. They kidnap your daughter, they murder your wife. You, your wife, and your daughter all have like weird powers. But then they somehow convert your daughter into like the equivalent of like a red key, a blue key, and a yellow key, where you're like, okay, I found my daughter's legs, and it like fits perfectly into the little puzzle piece at the center of the building.
What the hell?
It's very weird. This game is so strange. But it has legendary super babe Lady Dimitrescu. You probably heard about her when the game came out.
Yes.
The like 9 foot tall, gigantically breasted woman who is a vampire and cuts off your hand, sucks your blood, just does everything you'd want out of a mama.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, that's nice. That's good.
Kevin, what's new with you?
What's new with me? Thomas, this isn't going to be I'm not going to play a sound cue for this or anything, and I understand if you don't trust me, but I'm not. But do you own like a good pair of headphones, right? You're not necessarily using them right now. Maybe you are.
I'm not, and I don't really own a good pair. I'm waiting for Christmas to get maybe some new headphones from my parents.
Well, that would be nice if you did. I guess the thing I would like to say is that all that bloodshed, Crimson Clover, sweet dream was over. Now, that is a quote from the song The Great War off of the album Midnights by Taylor Swift, one of which you'll be listening to because you lost the bet, motherfucker.
That's true.
You lost the bet. The Eras Tour is over. And now Thomas Tolles will be listening to
Let Me Down,
the entirety of Taylor Swift's discography because we made a bet on a previous episode with Tongue Law about Taylor Swift's Eras Tour.
Whether Vancouver would be the final show. And Tim, it was. So I have to listen to every Taylor Swift song and present on my findings. I've never really listened to much, so I might become a Swiftie.
Yes. So I'm excuse my ignorance here.
Yes.
Are you going to have to listen to both the original and Taylor's version?
We did a small mercy, was that I'm going to listen to the Taylor's version. I think that is
the true versions.
That doesn't seem entirely right, because I mean, how can you present on someone without knowing where they came from and the adversity that they had to come up against? You know,
that's sounding like you're trying to make Taylor Swift political a little bit, and I want to listen.
No. She's done a great job of making sure she's not political. I would never.
Yeah, it's not like she endorsed a candidate and the entire world went ballistic.
Did you miss when that Travis Kelce won the Super Bowl and then she joined him on the field and then both of them endorsed Biden? Do you not remember that?
I do remember
when that happened.
Yeah. And he rode that wave to victory. So T-Bone, you'll be listening to the T-Swift.
I will. Yeah, I don't know how much time I have. We're recording a few episodes.
We're backing
so I'm not going to
episodes.
Get. This might be a New Year resolution.
I think it's
in the New Year I'll get there.
I told friend of the show and Taylor Swift mega fan Katie Curtis that she could come back for the episode when you would be presenting your report.
My thoughts.
Yes, I thought that it would be good for us to get a Swiftie. A full-blown Swiftie on that episode, and so I feel like that's the right move.
You know, the only Swift I'm a fan of is the writer of Gulliver's Travels. I'm a bit of a broad Bignagian. I'm low-key a Hwynham. I'm a horse threading a needle in the utopian end of Gulliver's explorations.
I've got a modest proposal for you. How about we spin the wheel?
Nice.
Yes.
Way to know one other thing.
I knew I was going to hate what you just said immediately. The way you started, I knew I was going to hate it. And I did.
That's been true of every time I've opened my mouth.
Actually mostly an aesthetic thing.
Okay, we got segment 88, which we have left blank. There's nothing written here at all.
Right. Really? And I'll fill that one in?
Yep.
What the fuck?
I'm going to spin one more time and see. That one's just empty. Okay. We got Slam Ball. Participants must improvise a slam poem on the subject of balls. Fancy balls, baseballs, Lewis Ball, etc. Who's Lewis Ball?
I think Louis Ball is I think he was a theater creator or something.
Okay.
How's it spelled?
Louisball. Lewis Ball, not Lucille Ball, much more famous.
Who's Lewis Ball? He's a fashion model.
Tim is going to be slamming about Lewis Ball.
I've got his IMDb page up here. He's a mold room modeler. He's worked on.
So how should we do this? Is this like a three-way collab? Are we taking turns? Are we kind of jumping in when we're inspired as we do this slam poem?
I think we can maybe round robin it. I feel like maybe we can not to be confused with Joseph Robinette, but I think if we could if we could just sort of maybe we decide collectively on a specific ball that we want to.
Well, I sort of imagined we'd each have our own take on balls, and whoever goes first,
well then we shouldn't probably
gonna...
round robin it, right? Yeah. Because, like, if I start with my take on balls and then you start taking on those balls, you're going to take on those balls differently than I took on those balls.
Yeah, but isn't that fine? Then we shift into my take, my unique perspective.
Okay, so it's not. Yeah.
Are we agreeing upon one type of ball, and then we all bring our unique perspectives to it?
We could, Tim. We really could.
You know what? I mean, there's so many. You know, I don't know.
Did any of you play a sport when you were a kid?
Yeah.
See, you were like a basketball guy. Tim, did you?
I played basketball and tennis.
Okay.
I played basketball and football for like 2 years.
Okay.
As a child.
Okay, I didn't do any of those things.
Did you play sports? You played karate.
I did karate and I got a twisted nut. So I sort of had a swollen ball, as it were.
Yeah. So this is close to your heart.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a roundhouse kick, not a round my leg kick.
You had to wear a yellow belt around your nuts for 8 months as they healed. All right. This is one of the worst episodes we've ever done.
Oh, thank you. It's great to hear.
Okay, so
all right, what are we doing?
I guess Twisted Nut is going to be one of the subjects. We'll do Twisted Nut basketball and Lewis ball.
All right, let's get it going. A slam poem is like sort of like it's a little rappy,
Lewis
right?
Ballard. Who the fuck is Lewis Ball? It's like doesn't even have a Wikipedia page that comes up. Who did you mean?
I don't know.
He's known for Black Widow solo Star Wars story, but he's in the art department.
Oh no. Okay.
I will select Lewis Ball for my subject.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Twisted Nut to keep Tim safe.
I'll get basketball then.
Okay. Tim, are you comfortable going first?
Oh, Jesus.
I would never force you.
You know what?
All right.
I'll just do it.
I just need to get my composure back.
Get some snaps going here.
Yeah.
Dribble, dribble. I hope I don't fall. Because this is 6th grade basketball. Ooh. The B team, because we were not great. I found myself filled with hate.
Ooh.
For the other team, they thought they were better. But I just said, I don't know why I was trying to rhyme. I just set my up, but we'll go back. The other team.
He doesn't know why.
I don't know why.
He doesn't know why.
We've found ourselves head to head. And then we were button heads.
Ooh.
Okay, that was awful. But
good.
let me finish it up with some context. My 7th grade and 8th grade basketball team got in like 7 fights with the other team.
Wait, for real?
Holy shit.
Legitimately. We would get in fist fights.
No wonder
often.
you didn't want to do it about basketball. This is like a trauma.
It was too close to, I know.
Yeah.
It happened multiple times.
We were physical fist fights, like you piled on each other and stuff?
Legitimately. Yeah. We were also the B team, like not the A team. We tried out and then the school said, you were on the B.
And then that team felt violent. You guys were the replacements.
So much anger.
You guys were the replacements. That movie where they
we were all
the
scabs.
Yard.
Yeah, they brought us in, to undermine the union.
Is that what they're doing in the replacements? Are the football players on strike?
Yeah, they're all scabs.
Oh shit!
Makes you like Keanu a little less in that movie, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Makes me John sick.
Oh, there we go. All right. T, do you want to go?
Set the bar
I would
low.
love to close this out.
Okay, then I will go next. Rippled bands on a jock straps mounting. Laughing at me, hanging in a locker. I didn't need it, I thought. Security. Foolish. A karate gi, a yellow belt, a loud ki, a roundhouse kick around myself.
Dick
Balls
was right
dance.
there. The restraint you just showed was incredible.
Balls dance around one another, but not in unison, in conflict, as tension, torsion, testicular. I succumb. I will not come. I will collapse. Thank you.
Wow, very good. Never even said the thing itself. It was all, that's showing, not telling.
Yeah,
I was, Kevin, I felt like I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like
I thank you so much for saying that, Tim, but you aren't doubled over in extreme agony, so I don't believe you.
No, I felt like I was watching you, twist your testicles.
Yeah. Well, that's how most people feel when they watch the show. It's sort of a man getting twisted nut.
In pain.
Yeah. I never actually did get twisted nut in karate class, but I have a very vivid memory of being told what it was by another member of the karate class, a more senior, more adult member in the changing room, when they explained that sometimes one ball would go the wrong, like it would just get like the balls getting tangled, essentially, as it were.
Yeah, I want to back up to the context of this adult man talking to you about
I was also an adult.
Testicles in a locker room.
I mean, I guess I wasn't. I must have been at best 18, but I was probably like 17 or something like that, 16. And he was, I think he was telling a story about something that had happened to a friend of his. And, I mean, that's the kind of locker room talk we should have in our politics. That's yeah.
Can I just say, so I grew up in a suburb of Chicago, predominantly white. And every time I go back home, snap. Yeah. Every time I go, every time I go back home and go to like the local gym, I go into the locker room, and then these old men will just come up to you and assume they could say the most horrendous shit imaginable.
The old men at the gym are on don't give a fuck time. They're like, they're on that Disney Plus. They just like walk in, they're showing it all, they're just telling it all,
blow drying their balls. Just
yeah. It's I think that's a harkening back to the days of the Roman bath and other cultures. I think Westernly we sort of shame the wrinkled skin, but I think perhaps we should all
Ring, 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 ring. Do I hear a call? I begin my poem about Louis Ball. A man so obscure, hidden in a compartment. What? Turns out a lot of his work was in the art department. A superpowered hero. Call him Clark Kent. As I already mentioned, his work is in the art department. You don't like him. Your face holds a scowl. but I'm pretty sure he was the Junior Plus modeler on Artemis Fowl. And hark, what's this? A little more fun. There's an even more obscure Louis Ball, another one. I need to revise my statement, give it an edit. This actor on IMDb has one single credit. He may not be tame, I think he is wild. He appeared in the film Locked Down as Toby's child. And as I conclude, Kevin discussed a twisted nut. And Tim talked basketball. I was cut from the developmental team, which did not have a cut. That's true. Supposed to be for everyone. Somehow I didn't make it.
Right. You didn't make the cut because they could sense that you had made a cut at some point.
That I was circumcised. Yeah,
exactly. Should we take an ad break?
Let's take a break. We'll come back with Tim's segment. It's pretty good.
What's up, everybody? My name is Chance Nichols, and I am the host of We Didn't Peak. It's a podcast where I interview people who don't suck. I mean, they're people who are chasing their dreams, and we talk about their lives, where they've been, where they're going. And look, you don't have to be chasing your dreams to not suck. I know plenty of cool people who hate their lives, all right? Boy, this is less an advertisement, more an insult. Okay, well, listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on Instagram at We Didn't Peak.
We're back. Tim, do you have a segment for us?
Oh boy, do I. Yeah. So, Kevin, this is mostly context for you.
Yeah.
But Thomas will be able to attest to all of this. So I've only known Thomas a couple weeks now. But one of the first things Thomas said to me when we met, he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, I'm Thomas. I'm famously good at guessing people's races to the percentage."
Yeah.
Which was really weird. I thought,
this is a thing he's been doing a lot.
to the percentage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, Thomas, I'm white. And then he looks me dead in the eye and goes, I will be the judge of that.
Yeah. That sounds like that.
It was really he got angry.
Yeah.
So my segment is what I'm calling, I'm feeling 23andMe. Guess my ethnic makeup to the percentage.
This is great.
Don't trust the me in
It's 23andT.
This is not my actual segment.
Oh, thank God. Wow,
I was excited.
Scary. That was a scary couple of minutes, huh?
I was excited about it. I was here for it. We did my ancestry DNA on the show.
We did.
99.3% European.
Yeah.
My actual segment is called The Duality of Man. I'm going to give you a movie, and then I'm going to give you multiple choice of other movies, and you have to pick the one that shares the same screenwriter. Does that make sense?
Oh,
I'll give you a movie, and then four other movies.
Clear, it's not the same person who worked in the art department.
No, not Lucy.
Louis Ball.
Louis Ball.
Louis Ball. Louis Ball. God, I would love to see his performance as Toby's child.
And some of these won't be like main screenwriters. They may be, draft, script doctored, whatever.
Right. I like this. We have some movie energy going on. The last 2 weeks ago we had
the duality. I imagine there'll be some surprises. That can you believe?
That's the whole thing. It's like unexpected combinations here.
Right.
The writer of Melancholia also wrote Grown Ups 2.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not on the list, but
okay, and it's not true, but
I think there's a weird one with. Anyway, we'll just do the segment. I don't want to spoil
maybe on the list. All right, the first one is let's see. I'm trying to think how. Okay, the writer of Mad Max also wrote either A, Spy Kids, B, Stuart Little, C, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or D, Babe?
I am pretty sure it is Babe.
I think it's are we talking Mad Max Fury Road or Mad Max the original? I might be the same writer.
All the
Mad Max series.
Maxes.
I think it's the options were Spy Kids, Babe,
Spy Kids, Babe, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I forget the other one. Clearly, it's not that one.
I was gonna say Spy Kids, but I think there's a different correlation between Spy Kids and the Mad Max movies. I'm gonna go with Babe as well.
You are correct. George Miller wrote and directed Babe.
Also
and
Happy Feet, right?
Also Happy Feet. Yes.
Yeah. He does animal movies and then the Mad Max series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The writer of The Sixth Sense, M. Night Shyamalan, also wrote this movie, or had a hand in writing this movie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Toy Story, Oliver and Company, Air Bud Golden Retriever, or Stuart Little.
I feel like M. Night Shyamalan should have been a karate teacher because Kevin got a twist at the end.
That's pretty good. I think it's Stuart Little.
So is Toy Story?
Oliver and Company.
Options Oliver and
Oliver and Company, Air Bud Golden Retriever, or Stuart Little.
I am trying to think which one feels the most Shyamalan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There is something haunting about Toy Story.
There's also something haunting about having a dog play football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the twist is that
might be a
he
hint.
is the most valuable player.
That was the position you played, right, Tim? Golden Retriever?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Golden Retriever.
We kept getting in fights mainly because half our team was dogs.
they were just mauling.
Yeah.
I want to pick different because I think Stuart Little might have been an option for the first question as well. I don't think it's Toy Story. And you said Air Bud, which feels a little too on the nose, so I'm going to go with the remaining option, which I forget.
Oliver and Company?
Oliver and Company.
Oliver is the one.
Well, you're wrong. Okay. It is, in fact, Stuart Little.
Shit.
Yeah.
I knew that one. I knew that one.
And there's going to be overlap with all these multiple choices just because there was going to be a whole visual thing where you like draw lines and link them, but you know.
Oh, I see. And probably eventually it would spell out some sort of secret. We will have realized we were sort of drawing a large penis or something.
Yes, it'd be a pentagram and then
and then summon
disappear.
The sunken one.
Yeah.
Okay. This one. The writer of Marriage Story also helped write Kung Fu Panda 2.
Oh, shit!
Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted.
Please stop.
The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Or Toy Story.
Okay.
The original film is Marriage Story?
Marriage Story.
I actually haven't seen Marriage Story, but I've heard it's good.
It is quite good, I think.
And it seems like a very serious drama about love and romance.
It's really about divorce.
And romance. And
kind of a bad title when you think about it. More the story of not a marriage, if you ask me.
Okay, so which one of these movies then is least like its title? So we've got...
I am going to guess a Rocky and Bullwinkle. A Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Toy Story. Big tent.
Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted.
You see, and that probably is actually the movie that's least like its source, like its title implies. Because if you think about who Europe's Most Wanted is, obviously Hitler's going to be on the top of the list, and then maybe after that we're going to get sort of a Ben Stiller giraffe or whatever he is.
Yeah, Ben Stiller was the lion.
Hitler is barely featured in the Madagascar film. So is that Noah Baumbach wrote on Madagascar 3?
Noah Baumbach wrote on Madagascar 3.
That makes sense because one of his early movies, The Squid and the Whale, so he's interested in animals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I went on a date once and I told the girl I was going to bomb her back out. And she didn't like that.
Yeah.
Did she go, no, I think I'm going to leave?
Yeah, she said, I like to move it, and she left the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. We will go to, the writer or someone who had a hand in Toy Story also wrote La La Land, Cabin in the Woods, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, or Manchester by the Sea.
Oh my God. Some really great movies in this one.
Yeah. What are the first two?
La La Land and Cabin in the Woods.
I haven't seen La La Land out of this foursome, and I probably won't because it doesn't look that good to me. But I liked Cabin in the Woods.
I'd be really surprised if it was La La Land just because it's so much later.
I'm going to say Cabin in the Woods.
That also feels right to me. I know who wrote Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah,
but is there a chance Charlie Kaufman wrote on Toy Story? Not super likely, but possible.
I mean, I could almost, it feels like the movie that, we're talking about the duality of man. Cabin in the Woods feels different, whereas I feel like Eternal Sunshine shares a little more, and
Toy Story might have had a weird team of writers.
Yeah,
and,
I think it did.
Someone got their early start. Like, is it possible? Because the last movie is written by Kenneth Lonergan. Like, did he have like a script editing credit at Pixar early on while he was like trying to make money?
Yeah,
like
that's crazy to imagine.
I doubt it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cabin in the Woods too.
Yeah, it was in fact Joss Whedon. Yeah, Joss Whedon did have a hand in Toy Story.
There we go.
Okay,
that's weird to think about,
right?
Yeah.
Got a few more
tracks because he's got that like witty dialogue, sort of fits for a kid's movie,
Yeah. I mean, Tony Stark is just Buzz Lightyear.
It is funny that Woody always says, "Well, that just happened" after Andy shows up.
Bet you're wondering how I end up here.
And Jessie is such a strong female character.
Yeah, I actually love Jessie. Take her fucking name out of your mouth.
Okay, calm down.
Did you hear the song in Toy Story 2 is the saddest shit of all time? So fuck
Did
off.
I hear it? Yeah,
Somebody loves me.
Fuck off about Jessie.
Everything was wonderful.
Bo Peep is dog shit, and it pisses me off that Woody's in love with her when Jessie is clearly the perfect. And
Bo Peep is like a porcelain lamp. That's not a toy.
Nothing.
All right.
She doesn't have that stick though.
Bo Peep? What are we talking about? Me looking at Kung Fu Panda 2? It's got a bow staff.
Oh, shit!
Speaking of Kung Fu Panda 2, this person also wrote Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Manchester by the Sea, Boogie Nights, or The Holdovers.
Kung Fu Panda 2. Wow, I think I know all the
I know the writers for everything but The Holdovers, so I'm going to say The Holdovers.
Well, The Holdovers, I believe, would be Alexander Payne, unless someone else wrote it. But
it's not like the other ones are.
Wait, what was the third one?
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights is PTA, right?
Yeah.
Like,
there's and then wait, the Kung Fu Panda 2. There's no way that late into Paul's career he wrote Kung Fu Panda 2.
Doing this. He saw Kung Fu Panda and was like, I gotta get on the sequel.
I will say he has bizarre taste. Like as sort of artsy as all his movies are, he's always like, yeah, my favorite movie of the year was Rogue One.
I will eliminate PTA because I want to tell you that he did help write, according to
Jim.
I'm blinking on their name.
According to Jim.
He did help write Corky Romano.
Oh yeah.
According to Chris Kattan's
I love that
biography that Paul Thomas Anderson helped write Corky Romano.
It's weird that Chris Kattan and PTA have a crossover at all.
I feel like that's his specialty. Like he could do the one dramatic performance of Chris Kattan, and it would be like heartbreaking, like he did with
sort
Adam
of
Sandler.
a gritty reimagining of.
I still
Night
think
at the Roxbury.
PTA should work with The Rock and give him like his one like really soulful performance, just because. I feel he can unlock something in acting.
Did you guys see that clip of the interviewer being like, asking The Rock, like, do you have fun? And The Rock was like, wow.
That's the
most powerful question he's ever
The guy was like, do you enjoy any of this?
The final boss doesn't enjoy anything.
Am I supposed to enjoy this shit? Oh my God. Okay. So, wait, the original movie is Kung Fu Panda 2. Yeah. It couldn't be Kaufman. Maybe Lonergan, because of is there like a Jack Black connection there or something? Like they're friends. I could sort of see that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
you've seen The Holdovers. I haven't seen it, so I'm judging it.
It could be Alexander Payne, but I don't know. Like he also feels like such. I'm just gonna throw out. Fuck! Wait, what was the third one? One more time.
Third one was PTA.
Yeah,
PTA,
Boogie
which
Nights,
we already eliminated. So
eliminated.
I think Holdovers is a good guess, but I'm gonna throw it out there and try Kenny Lonergan. Let's do
Kenny Lonergan.
Manchester by the Sea. It is in fact Charlie Kaufman, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Whoa!
Yep. Kung Fu Panda 2.
Well, now I gotta see it.
I wonder if that's why he's so depressed in adaptation.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of like what Donald writes.
Yeah. That's
let's see if there's any other interesting ones.
What was the last Charlie Kaufman flick to? Was it like?
That was. I'm thinking of Ending Things. I believe.
I haven't seen that one.
It's not great. I felt. And he also did that Anomaly.
So he writes Kung Fu Panda 2, and immediately the title of his next movie is I Want to Kill Myself.
Hey, you know what? I think Kung Fu Panda 2 a lot of people like, all right?
Yeah, I probably would prefer it to I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which is kind of a slog.
Yeah, let's see if there's any other interesting ones in here. A lot of them are like horror movies. Like Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
Okay, yeah.
Frank Darabont has a credit on.
Okay, that actually kind of tracks because he does some
what is he?
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption, but he also did like a lot of like he also did the first season of The Walking Dead, was sort of his like modern claim to fame. Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is the best Nightmare on Elm Street, though. I mean, that is the pinnacle of the series.
The Dream Warriors. Yeah, I think I don't like a lot of people actually like that. Yeah.
I really like it. I mean, it's got some of the best like Freddy moments, I think, in the whole. It's like found the tone where it was like it's silly, but it's also disturbing.
Right. There's like probably an element of camp to it all.
Yeah. Nice. Alexander Payne had a credit on I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That might be the movie that I would be so curious, like the most curious to return to, just to see like how offensive it now seems. Because I remember when it came out, it was kind of just like taken as it was. It was like, that's funny. Like,
it was like right on the cusp though of like people being like, I don't think this is great.
Yeah, it does.
I just remember that one scene where because he's gay, Jessica Biel lets him like squeeze her boobs. And I was like,
I'm curious, Thomas. That's the one scene you remember.
Yeah, it's actually the scene I've viewed the most often.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
easy to remember.
Yeah. But also, that is the type of movie that people are like, it's a shame things like this don't get made anymore.
Yeah,
that's the type of movie people think that like modern culture.
Well, it's just they don't make comedies anymore.
Well, they don't make comedies, and they don't, and like, but like that's the movie that, and like white chicks are the ones that people are like
I've heard that white chicks holds up.
White chicks probably holds up because, but I think the fans of white chicks that like it in this way are like white people who like black people dressing as white people, which is like a different thing than like But
I think at the time, Chuck and Larry, it was like just the fact that they're even willing to entertain the idea that they could be gay was kind of progressive in that moment in movie history. It was like, even though we were laughing at it, it was like, can you believe that they're willing to pretend?
Right. If they were going to make it now, it'd be called I Pronouns You, Chuck and Larry. Am I right?
Totally right. Ugh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see. The writer of The Fighter also wrote Air Bud Golden Retriever.
Nice.
Actually, same universe. People don't know this, but the same movie universe. People don't know that. But.
The dog boxed eventually.
Christian Bale is also a crack addict in Air Bud, I believe.
Yeah, you can see him tweaking under the bleachers in Air Bud if you freeze frame.
Let's see. What else? What's his name? The writer of La La Land, Damien Chazelle, also wrote on The Last Exorcism Part 2.
Crazy that The Last Exorcism has a Part 2.
Yeah.
That's just false advertisement.
It's misleading there, Damien. Not quite my tempo for exorcisms. He also directed Whiplash. So
yeah, and then the writer of Manchester by the Sea
Kenny Long
did The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice. That's cool.
Good.
I mean, you got to respect that. Rocky and Bullwinkle, classic.
I feel like it's probably good.
Tim, this was a great segment. Could have used a visual component, but I really appreciated it.
He said,
"You're welcome." Why? Is it because I kept forgetting the multiple choices I gave you?
You seemed lost in the sauce. You seemed distracted, nervous. It's okay, but next time, bring your A game.
Yeah.
Kevin, it's been so nice to meet with you.
What?
No, Tim, I hate to think that something I said might have hurt you.
No, it's fine.
I mean, you did. You hurt him pretty bad.
It's fine.
Yo, fucking Snorlax owns in this movie. Look at him.
The writer of the
Tim,
Pokemon
is there
movie also wrote
through your tears? Is there anything that you wanted to? I mean, I hate to ask you this right now. It feels almost like I can't. I just want. Do you?
We do have to wrap up.
God,
So
yeah. Do you want to plug, or we have sort of a hard out? Is the thing. I know you're.
It's fine. No, it's cool.
We have some pretty big guests after this, so
yeah.
Just wrap this one up.
You gotta go too.
You are fully crying, right? So it's
Just
get it.
pull it together. You have to pick up my girl in a mouth.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm coming to your home.
Oh, yeah, let's hear Kim's voice.
Hey, Thomas!
Yeah, no, nothing really to plug. I'm always like doing like stuff around like Chicago. We got a sketch show in February at the Annoyance. Yeah, I'm in RPG 13 that performs maybe monthly. It's like a kind of D&D improv. Yeah, and I would just say follow me on the socials.
Yeah.
Timothy.j.Sullivan. Yeah.
Follow Tim.
Tim makes some very funny videos, and even the ones that aren't about punk music deserve your views.
I kind of make more cinematic kind of dumb videos. Yeah.
I like that.
And he's with Kim currently making some video sketches. I've seen some of the cuts. They're very good. So keep your eyes peeled for those as well.
Sounds great. Folks, I don't know when this episode is coming out exactly, but if you are in Winnipeg, I will be on the stage at the Gas Station Arts Center with Club Soda Improv. We'll be bringing you a fantastic show called Snowed In. We're doing a new concept. We're all going to get snowed in the theater together, and it's going to be great. Tickets are available at a link in the description here, but I encourage you to grab them up quick. We really want to pack this show out, and it's going to be a nice show for the holidays. You're not doing anything between fucking Christmas and New Year's anyway. No one ever is. Get out of the house, avoid your creepy family, avoid your annoying siblings, and laugh with us and other people at the Gas Station Arts Center, Snowed In, Club Soda Improv, December 28th. T, do you have anything you want to plug?
Yes, I have recently joined a duo improv group with good friend Lewis Ball. So we're going to be appearing at the Annoyance Theater every Saturday.
Right. You're calling the show T-Ball, I assume?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
T-Ball.
T-Ball.
Actually, it's Louis Tolles. And in a real plug, season 1 sketch is changing our name. It's going to have a new name as of today, but I don't know what it is yet. But our next show in the new year, January 16th at the Den Theater at 8:30. Brand new sketches every time. We're going to be there in January, February, and March.
Isn't January 16th
check it out.
This election's version of January 6th? Is it not like that date?
Why?
Was that not the date? Like,
That's
is
the
it always
Insurrection Day?
I think Kevin's saying we're going to be busy because
I got an email. I just got an email from
we have to end the episode.
My once and forever president, Emperor Trump.
He said January 16th will like the.